I guess all of you have seen yesterday night, or maybe are still watching the photos and videos of Notre Dame, the Cathedral of Paris, in flame. Yesterday, well, I'm French, and don't say that you recognize because of my accent, because that makes me very upset. Yesterday night, for me, it was feeling like an amputation. An amputation of my history, of my culture, even of my literature, because so many amazing, beautiful pieces of French literature make reference to Notre Dame. Also the pain that my second child, I never took him there. He won't have seen it. And then this morning, we wake up, we're still with the pain, we're sharing, exchanging with friends, with people who know, or people who know you're French, and maybe do not know you directly, but just want to say they feel your pain. And then there's one part you say, okay, well, the relief, there was no human beings there. The relief that it seems it's been an accident. So it is. It's not going to become something with more meaning that we don't need. And well, speaking, there was no one there. There's been, I think, more than 400, almost 500 firemen and maybe fire women also who've been fighting the fire all night. And there's one of them who is, I think one of them only severely injured. So let us send our thoughts and prayers to this person. So the relief for this part, that's okay, yeah. No one was killed, no human life. And I have to say, what do you do with this pain, with this amputation, with this destruction? Well, you rebuild. Yeah, you need to rebuild. And curiously, there's never a coincidence. It's not curious in the sense that it's a coincidence, but it's just, again, the magic of life, no? That I always make reference to. This morning, my dear friend Nathalie Martin, fabulous coach and a really inspiring person, and a person I adore. I love her so much. She's a very inspiring entrepreneur also. And I think I share, you've seen maybe sometimes for the French speakers, some of her videos that I like to share. She shared a video by Lisa Nichols. And in that video, Lisa Nichols was making reference to that day in her life that she made that shift. And she said, that shift happened. That shift where she dared shining, she dared stepping into her legacy. She said that was the day she was willing to die of any form of who she'd been before, so that she could be born to the woman she was becoming. This video is on the Speaking Station group and also my Facebook page, Amelie Speaks, if you want to watch it. It was amazing that the same message now of destruction, of death, to their rising from the ashes, to their becoming who we are becoming, and that sometimes the destruction is needed. So you may say, well, yeah, what's the link? What's the link? Because today we are in our week number 2. Well, we are in our week number 7, but number 6, but number 2 of the second month of the program Speak and Live Your Legacy. So we're really diving 4 weeks here in public speaking and sharing our legacy, speaking it up. What's the link? Well, the link is that today I want to invite you to dare letting something die. To be able to speak this legacy, to really step into it and share the message you are wanting to share, the message you are meant to share. So what is this part to let die? Look at, think about your last presentation, your last speech, or maybe the speech you're not daring to do. What's blocking you? Even, let us say, well, in these moments of your life, you may have not so many opportunities to share what you have to share in public, but speaking in public, but you have this opportunity on your social media actually that you use actively. So look at your social media posts also and then observe and say, okay, what has maybe blocked me from saying some things, how I was feeling when I was speaking, super stressed, super tense, anxious, didn't sleep the night before. What happened there? Many of us, I would say 99%, have this stress when we post something, when we speak something, when we share something. Is the fear of not being liked, not being loved. And in public speaking, it's huge. Because when you arrive, you on a stage, or even you just stand here in front of the meeting room and you just have your team there, or maybe 1 or 2 clients you're presenting to, or maybe it's in a workshop in your community, your neighbor's community, but you're just here standing, sharing something, daring to speak. And when you stand there, you're exposing yourself physically, emotionally, psychologically, intellectually, because you're giving yourself. And what happens here? In these moments, many things that we have inherited from childhood and that we have nourished all the time, well, all along, society will give us these continuous reminders like knives all around the way to remind us, you want to be liked, you want to be loved, you want to be accepted, you want to belong. Yeah, very legitimate needs, very legitimate wantings, yearnings, cravings. But that's what we need to let die. That's what we need to release, because when we're standing here to speak to people, to speak our legacy, to speak our message, to give what is us, what's coming from our heart, what's coming from our mind, what's coming from our intellect, what's coming from our soul, we are into speaking our legacy. And speaking our legacy is a gift we have for people. That's our purpose in action. That's why we're here. That's why we feel so bad and so disaligned with everything, and we feel demotivated when we're not into our legacy. So when we're here about to speak, and what worries us is, am I going to be loved? Will they like what I say? Will they think I'm properly dressed? Will they think that I'm good enough to deserve the appreciation, the likes on Facebook, on Instagram? We're not into our legacy. We are into a craving, a yearning for love. And yes, we all have that. We all have that. But we all need to let that die. To speak our legacy and to be a powerful public speaker. That's what's killing us. That's what's creating stress first. That's what's making that it's not only 100 butterflies, but it's 1 million butterflies in our stomach. That's why our throat feels all constricted. That's why even the body is in curve, because we're carrying this pressure of I want to be loved. We need to let that die. For two reasons. First, for all this, so our message is not coming up and coming out as it should come. And the second reason is our legacy is a gift to the world, is a gift to others. It's actually a gift first for ourselves when we are into it. But when we are here speaking, we're sharing a message. People have come to listen to us because we have a message to share. They want to hear what we have to say. They trust we're going to tell them what we want to say. So what is it? When we are rather into our wanting to be loved, we're not saying what we have to say. We sort of not giving them what they've come for. And then when I am into, I want to be loved, I'm into my agenda. And I know many coaches are listening to this video and are following me. And we coaches, we know, I mean, we coach someone. It's not about us. If what the client says, the coach says is triggering us or is challenging for us, no, it's about them. How we're supporting them here. It's like when you are an entrepreneur and you're with your client, and even if you hear from a client is not something you like to hear for whatever reasons, you're here to see how you serve your client with your product, with your service. So what is it you want to connect, to pass a message, to give something? So the same when we speak, we're here to give something to people. So we have the duty also to be 100% into this gift, into this sharing, the message. Okay? I'm not speaking to you to be loved. We cannot expect anyone to love us. I mean, we've all experienced this relationship, this love relationship, where we've done everything to be loved. Sometimes it just starts at home with the parents, children behaving a certain way and thinking that they only deserve love if they do this, if they do that. And how many years of our lives we've already spent with the parents, with the teachers, with the society, now with the social media, with our employees, even in our communities where we are at service, doing things for pleasing, doing things for being loved. First, we'll never get love out of that. Have you? I mean, if you have been able to be loved by this person you were so much in love with and who was not paying too much attention with, you have been able to be loved by this person by doing things that were not you, well then please send me a message. I want to know you. I've never heard of that. It's not possible. You cannot provoke love. The love comes when you yourself. The love comes when you bring this gift and you live your legacy. And if it does not come, because it's like that, cannot be loved by everyone. So the same for an audience, the same for your team, the same for your audience, the same for, okay. My need to belong, my need to be loved, they are legitimate. That's not the place to find them. Here I'm into giving my message. Okay? Of course, if my video, my speech is really not liked, but it's not me. If I'm not liked, but my speech has reached its objective, my speech has informed people, my speech has inspired people, my speech has motivated people, my speech has fulfilled its objective, even if people don't love me, don't like me after that, great, objective achieved. If my speak is not liked, is not understood, I want to have this feedback. Why is it? Oh, it's because of the content. People wanted to hear something that it was not my message. Okay, but did my message go through? Yes. Okay? That's what we want. And that's our gift to people. Our message. If I speak my legacy, I'm not speaking about something that's going to please people. I'm going to speak what needs to be spoken. Because that's what I bring, and that's my duty on that day. So for that, I need to release the need to be loved. This is not the agenda of public speaking. And I tell you, for me, the first secret, the first tool, the first essential tip as a public speaker, as a communicator, we all public speakers, we all speak, is release the need to be loved. Okay, so what's the positive thing? No, because you say, I always like to say, let us not focus on the negative things, because the negative thing, the negative instruction, well, yes, is useful, and now what do I do? You remember week number 4? We're always coming back to the same. Love yourself. Because when you love yourself, and we've seen in week number 4, that it's a continuous work, needs maintenance also, needs nurturing like any love relationship. Sometimes even if we that young like I am, we still need to work on sometimes starting to love ourselves. Start this work now. This is the way to go. Love yourself. You love yourself when you arrive and you speak, you share your message as a leader, as a communicator, as a team member, as an artist. Then you are into speaking your message, your legacy. You're not into craving for asking love. Yeah. Okay? We love ourselves. So I would like to invite you for this week. Let us observe. Now let us observe what makes us stressed when we speak. Let us observe what is the shift we can make just before we start speaking in front of the mic, or when we're preparing the presentation. What is that message that you would like to pass and maybe we didn't dare before? What is the thing that I didn't post because I thought maybe people are not going to like it? So careful. Of course, it's all about intention. I'm not saying go and injure people and don't control what you think. You say no. You, of course, you come from this this daring. This daring comes from the deep respect and the noble intention to share a constructive message, not to injure people. But are you ready to let that need to be loved, to be liked, to die? So out of the ashes, of the fire that you're going to make, the emotional fire, because it's painful, to let that need to be loved. And from these ashes, to step into a place where you love yourself, and where you are in front of your mic, when you're in front of your team, when you are in front of yourself, you share the message you have to share, and you speak your legacy. I look forward to next week, once we have let that die this week, where we have released this need, and we open the path for reconstruction, for letting be who we are becoming. And I give you a third tip, a third technique to make your public speaking, your presentation, your leadership, and your legacy powerful and to the next level.